Welcome back, everyone, with Carbuncle's Corner Silver Bracket. We've got winner semis here. C5, I believe. FriMeka versus PinkSpinner. And it is going to be an exciting match. I can feel it. PinkSpinner with an early overall piece advantage here. FriMeka having taken a little bit of damage early on. Had to figure some stuff out, decide how they wanted to continue their build, but looks like they've caught up at this point. They are going to send main here. Pretty efficient. This is going all the way to the bottom for FriMeka. PinkSpinner firing that chain that starts pretty low, only going to be a 6. Exactly half of FriMeka's Monster 12 chain. So, first blood goes to FriMeka. PinkSpinner did do pretty well with that early damage against FriMeka, but unfortunately did not keep up enough pressure to remain in that advantage position. And FriMeka again already racking up a huge tail here. Super clean, super efficient. I don't know that I can say the same for PinkSpinner's board here as they get up to the top. PinkSpinner fires first, and FriMeka follows suit very shortly. But we've got huge 7, huge 8. Oh my goodness. PinkSpinner with the 10 chain as FriMeka fired quite soon after PinkSpinner did. Opting to not take the time to extend. And FriMeka taking a loss here as PinkSpinner gets on the board. Now PinkSpinner looking to extend on the side. Needs lots of greens here to get anything online. Quite vulnerable here to this 2 chain. Does lock in a couple greens here, but they need to be in column 1, so this is not going to be main here. What does FriMeka have? Oh no. They did not spot that cut in time, and PinkSpinner gets away with that one. Very well played. One thing to note is that PinkSpinner is not using particularly common builds here. Opting to raise their bases and transitions a little bit. Whereas FriMeka is building a little bit more structured. And PinkSpinner with a 2 double potentially doesn't take it. Is going to take a big 2 chain instead. Forces FriMeka's main very early actually, and that is the green light for PinkSpinner to go ahead and fire main. 6, 7 double, 8 double. FriMeka not handling that pressure super effectively against PinkSpinner, who will take the finish here. Alas, it is only halfway through this set, almost, and there's still time for FriMeka to make a comeback here. This time PinkSpinner with a lower transition, but has to contend with this 2 double incoming. 3 lines from FriMeka, and oh, this time it's PinkSpinner forcing main, but oh, FriMeka bit hard on that follow-up, and unfortunately lost too many resources to do anything about PinkSpinner just spending main. And into the next round again, as PinkSpinner will attempt to inch closer and closer to that finish line. So far their tail has been not terribly high, but they haven't needed it. Whereas FriMeka sometimes they have the super clean tails, but they just get stuck into main super early. But nice conversion into 2 double to survive. They can take a piddly 3 pieces of garbage and make this extension now. They got a couple more pieces, but no yellows. The pop. Oh no. That extra pop time from the blues prevented FriMeka from getting that last piece to potentially win that round. So far, PinkSpinner has been winning these rounds by inches, I'd say. FriMeka definitely not playing particularly bad or particularly outclassed. But that's Puyo. It's a very tight game. Early single. How will FriMeka route the cleanup? Nice too. Not disrupting any part of their chain. And here comes PinkSpinner coming all the way down. FriMeka seeming at like their max chain length as well, but I think this is gonna go the way of FriMeka. Very nice 11 chain. Able to connect everything, whereas PinkSpinner missed a couple of links on the tail that they really could have used, but FriMeka still putting up a fight. And, you know, sometimes that's just the price of these variety pack tails that PinkSpinner builds. Sometimes it's just a little harder to get things figured out. And here comes main chain. How will FriMeka choose to extend this? One more green to fire. We'll lose the reds on the side, but I think they should be fine here. And PinkSpinner just sending the rest here. 4 chain. That's actually going to defend quite a bit, so okay. Immediate 3 chain follow-up for FriMeka here. We'll send in another couple of lines. Now PinkSpinner is a little bit closed off. Tried to go for the purples. We'll get the greens. Still gotta pull that gotcha and finds the 2 chain out. 3 chain. But FriMeka should make short work of this, as they still have plenty left in the tank to finish here. And the set rages on as FriMeka climbs back 3-5. And one thing I do kind of notice about some of PinkSpinner's starts is they will just end up kind of chucking a couple of pieces worth of Puyos into columns 1 and 2. I think with someone of FriMeka's chaining ability, that is gonna hurt your bottom line in terms of getting every piece to count here, as both players fire main. FriMeka looking quite a bit ahead here. We'll get those purples to connect at the end as well. FriMeka calling out PinkSpinner on what seems to be some pretty complicated builds, challenging them to that main chain battle and winning decisively. And we've seen PinkSpinner earlier in this set pull off some pretty simple wins against FriMeka, sending in smaller attacks, but This time FriMeka on the offensive, 3-chain here versus main. This is going to have to be a pretty wild extension for FriMeka here. Looking for purples, finds them, has to be careful not to pop. Oh no, the double purples were right there. But unfortunately, the stack of 3 reds forced FriMeka to chuck one of the pieces off to the side instead of holding straight down. Match point for PinkSpinner here in winter semis. So far, FriMeka has a pretty good opportunity to attack here. It's a decent size, but FriMeka locks in main here quite early as PinkSpinner goes off as well. Looking for purples and greens for FriMeka, finds both. But those yellows do cut. Unfortunately, oh no. There are no purples there to continue this length. And FriMeka might need every last piece here. Okay, 3-chain response only gets down to 2 rocks for PinkSpinner. Even despite slight efficiency loss for FriMeka, it still outpaced what PinkSpinner was able to build, as we could very well see a double match point very soon for all the marbles. This time PinkSpinner with a very high 5 and 6. No real plans for those yet, as we will see how PinkSpinner wants to connect those. But PinkSpinner just locking right into main here. Oh my goodness. And ooh, this is tough for FriMeka. Column 1 is a total mess here. Those yellows are gonna power, unfortunately. And with only a 6, PinkSpinner takes the set and moves on. Winner side of bracket. FriMeka, of course, will go down to losers.